initialized and declared variables. Then I have this method which returns me the browser, and this system.get property to get the browser name from the main command line. Now, the problem I'm facing is I don't know how to open that Maven command line and how to where to write that command and how to
Oh,
initialize the browser.
I see. That we'll talk about after the end. Maybe once you're done with your
Okay,
loop.
okay, okay,
I'm writing it down, so
okay,
don't worry. I'll pick that up. Yeah.
okay. So apart from that, as you said, in the test case, I've written this method which returns me the browser, and this method I'm passing here in this setup method, and yeah, I've also created a factory class which is this method uh, where if I pass Chrome, it will return me the Chrome browser, and if I pass Firefox, it will return me the Firefox browser. And if no browser is passed, then the default one is my Edge browser. I have declared it here. So this is about the setup, the
Okay.
test-based class.
I have two comments here. Okay. So first and foremost,
Yeah.
we need to also monitor how we are coding. Okay. We have to follow the common conventions wherein to begin with indentation and spacing, right? So you have lot of unnecessary lines between the code. So
Okay.
they should not be there. For example, line 13, 14, we don't need to have two lines there, or one empty line is okay. Then we have lot of space
Okay.
between 18 and 22, right? So it's for
Okay.
everyone. Whenever you code, make sure you are not leaving these lines like this. Your code has to be very clean actually. Okay. Second thing is, if you go to WebDriver factory, I see in the method you don't have indentation. Okay, so you also need to have indentation like switch case driver. They all are in a same line. There needs to be properly tabbed indentation. I mean, there's another way to do it. You can just right click on WebDriver factory. Can you right click on WebDriver factory? WebDriver factory
Here.
dot no in the Explorer, Project Explorer tab, left hand side. Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat which tab?
Over the class file name. Over the class file name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
Yeah, and here you will find something called as source. I don't know what we have here in IntelliJ. No, this is Eclipse, right? So you
Yeah,
should
this
have
is
some,
Eclipse.
there has to be a free factor and format. Can you? I
Hello,
don't.
sir. I
Can
think
you
so.
go to source?
Control A, Control I will.
Yeah, that also will work. That also will work. So if you control A, can you do a control A? And control I, it will indent it, right? So we need this kind of indentation for better code readability. And here also I see lot of spaces, so you make sure you delete all the spaces which we don't want.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Anish,
Hello.
got it? Okay. Yes.
So this side, Arpit. Actually, sir, I am facing issue
Yeah.
in this WebDriver factory and how to connect this from this test base. Actually, can you explain that one time more after his presentation is over?
Okay,
So
so
cross
let
browser,
me write it down.
actually cross browser, how to write that code?
Cross browser code. I mean,
Just
okay.
explain
Maybe
that one
after
time.
this you will. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Maybe we'll come to
Thank
that
you.
after this. Okay. All right,
Yes, yes.
Manish, carry on.
Yeah. So this is the browser factory class. Now we have written these two classes, which has my which has these annotations and the test. And here I'm basically automating the browser. Now I'm just getting the URL, and I'm fetching the title. Then I'm asserting the title. I'm comparing the title, and here I'm giving a wait condition. Basically, I'm doing a search. I'm entering a keyword in the search box, and So I'm giving this driver wait in this search box, and then I'm entering, sending the keys. Basically, I'm writing laptop. I'm searching for laptop, and after my search, I am again asserting the title. So once I'm done with my search, when I land up on the search results page, then again I'm giving a driver wait. Basically, wait for all the elements to load, to wait for the complete page and then I'm again asserting the title.
Okay, so the few comments here as well. So with the same comment, which is spaces, right?
Yeah,
Second comment here is, if you go at the top, can you go at the top?
yeah,
I see java.util.concurrent.timeout, right? Can you hover on that bulb? Yeah, can you? Yeah. So it's written the import java.util concurrent timeout is never used, right? So again, naming again a convention. If import is not being used, you should not be keeping it. Okay.
okay,
So if this means this line which you've added is not being used anywhere, so you better remove it, right? Uh,
okay,
okay, and that is true with all the other lines here, right? You see before timeout WebDriver, it should not have, you should not have it here. If you're not using it, you should not have it. By the way, there's a shortcut to it, which I'm not able to recall right now, because Eclipse
okay,
is I think I'm no longer using. I forgot the shortcut. So you should not be using all this. Okay. Now
okay,
second thing here is, if you notice line 15, you see a line drawn on assert, right?
yeah, yeah,
So this means this type assert is deprecated. What do you mean by deprecated? Deprecated means the Java compiler or the library is discouraged. That means you should not use it. It will still work. It will still work
okay,
now, but maybe in the future versions it will not work. Okay, and or not
okay,
work, or maybe it is has some security issues. It has some vulnerability. It could mean many things. But the idea is deprecated simply means you should avoid using it. Okay, so if you're getting this kind of line, this simply means it's deprecated. So this usually happens with JUnit a lot while you learn JUnit and all, because JUnit has introduced another library, and the library package structure is different now. But sometime when we write assert, it gives the old reference and you somehow mistakenly add it, and that's how this is how it gets added mistakenly. So what you have to do is you have to go at the top. Can you go at the top?
yeah,
And I think, yeah, I think line number 16, write import.
yeah,
And I think it is org, right? Org
yeah,
dot JUnit, right? Try writing JUnit. Yeah. Then JUnit dot assert. No, no, no. I think, okay, let's do one thing. Delete the import, delete both the imports, both the JUnit imports. Let's see if it is giving you. You get an error, you click on the bulb. Yeah. Now click on the first, yeah, this one, assert org.junit. Yes. Can you click on this? Right. So now it has added,
yeah, it's gone.
and now you're not getting the error as well as the line. So this is how you have to resolve these kind of issues. Okay.
Okay, okay,
Okay. And another thing is, the even because right now what I see is a lot of naming conventions and standard conventions, standard practices you're not using. For example, lines, tabs,
mm-hmm.
then names of the methods, names of the class files. Okay, so you have to make, for example, name of the class, usually it says start with the capital letter, right? So test case 1, test case 2, right? You better start with the capital letter. Okay.
Okay,
Second, again, the space I've already talked about, line I have already talked about. Then if you go to WebDriver factory, yeah. So
yeah,
whenever you have two words for a method or a variable or anywhere, you usually use two kind of approaches, right? Either you will use underscore to segregate two words, or you will use camel casing. Okay. So for
okay,
example, here for the class also you can use camel casing. For the method also you can use camel casing. So in the camel casing, for example, line number 16, you have get driver, right? So get and driver are two different words. So what you can do is you can make D capital. So it is more readable now. Okay, so that's how. So these are not the things which you do when you finish the program, right? You do it when you are creating the program. So don't in the beginning it might seem like, oh, it's wasting time, I mean, I can quickly write it this way. So if you do that, then you will set a wrong precedence for yourself, right? So do it right in the first attempt itself. Okay, so make sure when you
Yep.
write, you don't have extra lines, you have proper indentation, you have right variable names, you have right method names, you don't have imports, unnecessary imports, you don't have deprecated methods being used. So these are things which you have to take care while you code. Okay,
All right.
so remove all these extra lines which you see here. Okay, all right,
Yeah, well,
carry on.
sure.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so that's it. This was my test class, test case class, and where I've automated and then I've asserted.
Right. And this AB also, I don't like it. For example, your variable name, line number 40, variable name should be more elaborate, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. No, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
right. So you have to make, and guys, it's not for Manish. Okay, I'm saying this for everyone. I'm taking this opportunity which Manish is giving me to explain the mistake which you guys commonly make, but it's not directed towards him. It's directed towards all of you. So make sure you are not making these mistakes. All right. Okay. So Manish, okay, correct these things. Okay. What do we have here in the framework? Framework alert, drag inside. Did you practice this as well?
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So last three sessions we had with Saran, all those how to use tag functionalities and move to element, drop elements, and all those stuff. How to handle pop-ups
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
it's just those methods.
Mm-hmm.
Like for pop-ups, we do this set string, iterator string, and then how to move elements. Actions class basically. Actions class, select classes, then what to do for right clicks and all those stuffs.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I see. Manish, you're working hard. Good. I loved it actually. Okay. Okay, so there is a punishment for you, Manish. I mean, you complete whatever
Yeah,
feedback I've given you. Okay. I mean, see, there are two
yeah,
ways.
sure.
You can say, okay, let it be. I'll try to do the next time I write code, or you can make the things right what you already have created, right? So the punishment here is that you make everything right in the previous assignment which you have done, right? This is a
Yeah,
hard way to learn, okay, because you will find issues so that you'll remember you next time when you try to do that, you'll remember, okay, I have to correct it later, so better do it now. Okay, so it will take some time,
yeah, sure.
but I don't think too much time it would take, but it would be a lesson learned. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, not a
try.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah, so I've given like I've given like I think eight feedbacks, lines and all those things. Just make sure you don't have it. Okay. Okay.
yes, I'll do that. Yeah.
Now what about the Git? Have you published this in the Git? Do you have this library posted in the Git? No, right?
Not this one. See, I know how to create a new project in that folder, Git folder. But
Mhm.
then, what about about my other previous existing projects? I don't know how to link them. I mean,
Okay.
I've
Now
tried,
let
but then
now
I couldn't link
I
them.
understand. I understand. So it's for again for everyone and for you, Manish. There should not be any repository, any project in your Eclipse which is not linked to Git. Make this as an habit. Why I'm saying this? First of
Okay.
all, it will safe keep your code, even though a laptop is broken, your laptop is gone, you can still access it. Secondly, it will give you a practice on how to use Git, because the more you use it, the better you're going to become in using Git. If you do it only for the purpose of a topic, okay, I have done the Git topic, I have practiced it, that's it, now I'll not use it, then I'm afraid you will not be able to get that level of expertise in using it. So all the work you are doing, everything has to be in a Git. All project, and you don't have to keep one repository and all the projects. You can map each project with each individual repository. So if I ask you, Manish, if you can show me how you do it now, can you, is it possible for you to do it, uh, or maybe I'll guide you, don't worry. No, so let's say
yeah,
you want to put this the same project, you want to put the same project in the Git. So do you know the exact steps?
I don't know the exact steps for this. I think we'll have to copy paste the project folder into the Get
Okay.
folder.
No,
Now,
okay, let's do it, I think a lot of you also are not doing, have not done it. Let me guide you, Manish. You do it step by step. I'll tell
yeah,
you steps, and that way it's a good learning for everyone. And guys, please pay attention. You also would be, you also need to do this at your end, but just see how he is doing and I'm directing him, so that you also I mean, you can stop in between as well. It's not for only for Manish. It's not I'm teaching Manish today. It's for everyone. It's just I'm taking this opportunity to rehearse and revise the concept which we learned. Okay, right. So first of all, you need to go to GitHub and create a repository, because your repository has to map with the. You don't have to create a folder. Okay, so you can do it in the same same folder. Project folder actually. So first of all, you need to create a GitHub repository. Can you go to your GitHub account
okay.
and create a repository?
Yeah, so I'll just,
Right. So you have to go. You have to just do one thing. Go to github.com. Directly go to github.com. Remove this Vision IT testing and all. Right. Okay. Now you are. Yeah. Click on new. Okay. Now create a repository. Maybe whatever you gave name you gave. I mean, you can give any name. It's better you give the same name as the project name to avoid confusion. So you are saying your project name is testing, right? Yeah.
I'll keep it public.
Public, private, whatever you
And
wish to.
shall I add?
Leave it. Leave it.
Yeah,
Leave it.
so
Yeah. Leave it.
shall I?
Don't add anything.
Okay.
So now you have a repository. Okay. So first and foremost step is you need a
Yes.
repository. Okay. Now you go back to your project folder, go to your Eclipse, go to Eclipse.
Okay.
Yeah, right click on testing,
Yeah.
and then open folder. Where do we have it? Properties, maybe go to properties. And here I think we have a
Yeah.
path somewhere, right? Yeah. So it is location is e new folder. Location of this is
Yeah.
e new folder, isn't it? Why I'm telling this, because few people have a hard time understanding where this folder is, right? So it usually is in your workspace, Eclipse workspace, and if you're not sure, you can come here and check it. Okay, right now you go back to your e new folder in your local, right? So you are in
Yeah.
the
This is the.
yeah, this is the place, right? Now what you have to do is,
Yeah.
can you go up? Can you go to e drive first?
Yeah.
New folder. Okay. Okay. Can you go inside now? Inside new folder. Uh,
Yeah.
okay. Your project name is testing, but your folder name is new folder. Okay. By the way, it is supposed to be the name of the project and the name of the folder is supposed to be the same. But somehow you, while creating it, I think you made some mistake, which is fine. Which is fine.
Okay. That folder is inside this SRC. This testing.
Testing is a package, right? Go to testing. Go inside testing. Right, this is a package, nothing else. Okay, go to new folder. Let's try to make this work.
Okay.
Okay, now here you go to cmd command line. Go to the address bar, click there, write cmd, This is one way of opening command here. Another way is close this, close this. Another way is right click and click on git bash here. Guys, everyone, please pay attention. You all have to do this. Okay. Now you all might feel we have done this session and all, but believe me, if you don't do it every time you make a project, it's going to be hard for you now as well as when you reach the project, right? So practice it as much as possible. This is the toughest thing people find when they join the project. Okay, so please pay attention. Now you can type git status. It will not show anything. It will say error and all. It's not a git repository, right? Of course. So it's say not a git repository because it is not able to find .git folder. Now you type git init and it will create a .git folder inside it. And you see it has also in bracket, it has master here, isn't it? And here you will see .git folder being created. It's actually hidden. So that's the reason you're not seeing in the folder structure, but it's there. Now next step is you have to write git remote, add origin, right? And enter the path of your git repository from GitHub. So copy it from here and paste it. No, control V. Sorry, yeah, right click, okay. Enter. Now do git status again. Now it is saying there are some untracked files and some tracked files. Now, what command should you run now? What do you think, Manish?
I think
okay.
I forgot.
Now tell
I
me.
think
Now
get push
tell
or something.
me. Yeah. No. Now tell me. You see a lot of these files, right? And I
Yes.
want someone else to speak now. Okay, someone else. I want someone else to speak now. Except Manish. So tell me, what should I add in my GitHub repository? Do all the files deserve to be added? Can anyone tell
Source
me?
file. Source
Okay,
file, the
source file
SRC
deserves
file.
to be added. Okay, good. So SRC folder
Hmm.
and
And
this is a
Maybe
Maven
POM
project. Right.
or
This is a Maven project. So we need only SRC and pom.xml file to be added. We don't want other files to be added. Okay. So all the other files .classpath, .metadata, project settings, remote system, Chrome driver, debug.log, Gecko driver, and target folder, they all should not be added. Okay. Now, if I do a git add dot, it will add everything, right? So basically from now onwards, I have to do three things. I have to do git add, I have to do git commit, and then I have to do git push. So it depends what command I would run next, and based on that, these files will be added. Okay. So the problem here is how will I choose which file to add? So one way is I'll do git add and I'll individually add git add src and git add pom.xml, right? So I have to mention git add src, git add pom.xml. Maybe just for practice, can we just do that? So Manish, can you do git add? No, don't say add as src, add pom.xml, just add pom.xml, right?
Yeah.
Enter, do a git status, right? So now pom.xml is added as a new file and all are green, all are red. Now if you do a git commit hyphen m and then double quotes and then write the message adding pom file and then enter, do git status. Now you will not see pom file in the list because it is saying pom file has been added. Is it in the repository yet? No, it is just added to the local repository. Now when you do a git push origin, master, right? So what we are saying here, we are saying that we are trying to push the master branch into the master branch of the origin. What is the origin? Which we set at the top. We set at the URL of the repository. So you might be wondering why I am not adding src. I have deliberately not adding it because I want to show you .gitignore basically. So that's the reason I'm not adding it now. We'll do it in the next attempt. So right now, if we just enter it, git push origin master, can you enter it? So at this stage, if you are doing it for the first time, it will ask you some config. It will give you some error of configuration of username and user email. But Manish has already done those, and it is also mentioned in the GitHub documentation which I've created earlier in the repository. So you can go through it if you are doing it for the first time, right? So that's the reason he is not getting any error. So if you can refresh the browser now, Manish, the background browser, yes, refresh the page. You will see pom.xml being added here. Okay. Now let's go and add the src as well. By the way, you don't have to do it in a two-step. It could have been done in a same step, but for the sake of explanation, I have asked pom to be added first, and then we'll try to do the src. Now do a git status. Now the problem is, which you want to address here is that we have a lot of junk files, rather not junk actually, they are useful files, but for GitHub perspective, they are junk because in GitHub, we only keep useful source code, not the junk files or some log files or class path files, etc. Guys, give me a minute.
मनीष
हम्म,
अरे वो इसका पता है क्या ब्राउजर का? मैं अभी आया 5 मिनट पहले.
हाँ हाँ बता, वो सेशन के एंडिंग में बताएंगे.
ओके.
So next, what we want to do is we don't want these junk files to be added, isn't it? So what we're going to do next is to create a .gitignore file, and that's how I wanted to explain the significance of it. Because I just don't want, I want to instruct the Git. Guys, can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Manish?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go back to the screen. Yeah. So this is how we're going. We want to tell Git that don't include these rubbish files which we don't need. Okay. So what we'll do is we will add a .gitignore file. Now, how we are going to do that? There are multiple ways to do it. In Windows, I think if you want to create a file, I don't recall the. Can you try? I don't think so. Nano will work here. Can you try with still? Can you try Nano? Right, Nano, NANO dot space dot no space dot gitignore. Right, enter. Right, it's working. So now here you will write all the names of the folder and file which you don't want to be identified by Git, basically. So you can start with .class, .metadata, right? I think what was there? What else was there? Target, maybe target was there. Yeah, .settings, then target. Right. Okay. Yeah. So just for the demonstration purpose, can you just save it now? Can you press Control X? Yes. Press yes. Y. Yeah. Enter. Enter. Right. Now you do git status. Let's see what happens. Right. You see less files now, isn't it? Now
Yeah.
all the files which you don't need, it has ignored it. Now we also want to ignore the Gecko driver, Chrome driver, as well as debug. So can you again do nano.gitignore? Yeah, and oh, no, you have missed something. It has created new file. It has created .ignore. You press Control X,
Yeah.
yeah, save as an N, press N, yeah. You see you added nano.git. Okay, another